Falling in love with Jesus. Falling in love with Jesus. Falling in love with Jesus was the best thing I ever done. Falling in love with my beautiful, beautiful Savior. Falling in love with the bread of life. Falling in love with Jesus was the best thing that I'd ever done. The best thing that thing, oh God, you're worthy, oh God. I give you worship, I do, I give you all my worship. Oh, was the best thing that I've ever
Oh, that's beautiful. Wasn't it beautiful? Yes, it was. Oh, I wish I could sing it to ya. That was a great way. It's Sunday. It's sunrise. Woo, how many Sundays do we have left in 2022? God willing. God willing, we do. How many? Oh, and I found out the other day, Sunday, Christmas is on a Sunday. That's beautiful. That is beautiful to have Christmas morning on a Sunday. That is going to be a beautiful opportunity. No, that's going to be so nice. That is a wonderful opportunity. God just brought this discussion topic up today. Just want to share just a few moments with you this morning, and please share whatever comes to you into the chat box that that you want to share. And let's continue to pray for Latika, who requested our prayers last week for her son who committed suicide, and that and she just, shared with us that how important it is for us to talk, because she just wished that he had reached out. A beautiful young man, so intelligent, and it's such a hard time for her and her husband and her children, her other children. So, just and her family. So let's continue to pray for her, and hopefully she'll check in with us this morning, because she's such an inspiration to us. Such an inspiration to us, along with Mr. Robinson, that's with us this morning, who had a breakfast yesterday, who for women who have lost children due to violence. And before that, he did, because like himself, unfortunately, has lost a child from due to violence. And he had a prayer breakfast, and a breakfast for men who lost a child to violence. And because of an outcry, the women wanted him to have a breakfast for them as well. So I want to do a better job of giving you a catalyst so that you can give. So, Mr. Robinson, if you have a Cash App that you would like to share in here for the breakfast that you will do, or your next activity that you'll do for men, um, that we can help you with, please, put it in the chat now, so that the participants, can think of you doing their charitable giving at this time. So, that could be a positive, a powerful movement this morning. So please, share it now in the chat. That would be great. Thank you, Queen Howard. But the sometimes we can't do, but we are in a position, right? Mr. Newell, who is in a part of a powerful organization himself, that, individually we can't do as much as we can do as a group. And, so, definitely, and there it is, there's the post there. The definitely that God can use us individually to bring all of us together so that we can help. And as well as Allegra, Allegra Folklore Society is a nonprofit member of AfroEconomics, and I've told Janine Bell, the director of Allegra Folklore Society, that I'm going to support during this time of giving, so that you could, have, just organizations where that you can give, that we know what they're doing. It makes such a difference. It makes such a difference. So you can say, oh, that's Mr. Robinson. Yeah, let me remember, this Mr. Robinson needs help. Versus you're looking at television and there's a commercial and you're just giving your money. And it's amazing how many times we give money to things and we don't know anything about them. Where I can see the pictures and the people that it's helping when you give to organizations that you're connected to, and you see what they're doing. So that's a lesson that we can get from 2022, that help closer to home, as it says in the word, that we should help our own. As believers, we should help our own. And a lot of times that's not really supported. And there was a time during this week where I had expressed like disappointment, because I didn't feel that our senior citizens are getting the support that they need. And I feel that when you're a senior citizen and you're disabled or you're a senior citizen. So you're not able to do it as much as you could do when you were younger. And you're evicted, that there's a certain level of indecency when a person will evict a senior citizen, especially for a very small amount of money that could be raised in another way. And and a lot of the word is about helping the widow, helping the orphan, helping the poor person. That includes the senior citizen that is poor. So when we have people that are in leadership positions that are choosing to get government funding to for prosperity, but yet when the person who they're receiving the government funding for cannot come up with a small portion of that money and they're evicted, it really hurts me. And when I saw how I was not met with support, like how the most highly educated and higher paid among us didn't feel that same compassion. I felt the danger among the dangerous position that our community is in. Because when we have our highest leadership positions being filled with people who lack compassion for those who are least able among us, then that is the most dangerous place for our community to be. That is the most dangerous position for the world to be. That because that is exactly what Jesus came to, tell us to do. He came to tell, the people that were empowered that we have to, help everyone, that we have to stop being so much about formality and these rules and these laws and this politics, and that we have to get back to the relationship or create. That we have to stop all this idol worshiping and looking at all these material things. And that was then. This is when Jesus' time. But we have to look at how we're in that now. That we're saying that you got to get out of this thing. You got to get out of this property, and I want you to go and live on the street. I don't care about you. I want you to go live on the street for this little bit of money, because it is, it doesn't matter the law of God. It's the law of the land that you can't come up with this $25. Even though I got 95% of it from the government, 98% of your rent from the system. I used the system to make sure that I was okay. But you can't come up with that part, so I'm not going to help you, even though I'm in a position to go right into my church and take an offering and make sure that everybody's rent gets paid. But we're not seeing the power of God. Instead, we're just evicting people. Instead, we're just not using the position that God has put us in for any good. Only for our own good, only for the next level up. What I'm going to do next, only to glorify self. But we're put there in whatever we are doing, in whatever that we're doing, in order to inspire. And I saw this image on social media, and it said the highest level of human experience is to inspire others. And I saved the picture and I gave it to Kanika, because I knew that she might not know that the way that she is going through and pressing on and sharing her experience of what she would have done given the opportunity to save her son's life, and how many people she could be changing on how we handle things with our children going forward. She could be saving my daughter's life. She could be saving my life, but we have a responsibility to inspire others, to keep them here longer, to make their life better. Like that's the purpose, not just, I go to Bible study on Wednesday nights, and that's what I do, and I go, and I really don't care about anybody else, and I don't have to be kind. I have to just make sure that my, investments with JB are always going up. That's it. That's it. Like that's not it. And our goal for positive increase, that is to use everything that God blesses us with to benefit the world. And it can, for something positive, and to make the life experience, for ourselves and everyone else so much better. But it's not just, it's so much greater than just buying stuff. It's so much more. Because if it was just about buying stuff, then why do we see these billionaires having absolutely no problem splitting and giving away half of it just to be happy? They have absolutely no problem going through divorce. It's like the richest give it away. But the ones poorer than that are the ones who feel like, I can't get that up. I can't get that up. I was listening to this new song that Jay-Z and Rakim and Nas have out. I mean, it is classic. It is a really nice song. Mr. Robinson, Miss Talia Farrow, you have to tell your son who's a musician, come out with rap. Like, that's what rap, hip hop really is. But he puts in there about the stress of being successful. Like, that it's not worth it. It's not worth it. If you cannot attach to the reason someone as wealthy as that is still making money with Rakim, is because he knows the talent of Rakim, and he knows that you have to connect with someone as talented as him to make something as quality as that. And Nas and him, he knows, okay, yes, I have all of this wealth, but they have something that I need from them in order to make this classic. That's God. That's God. And people will say, like, why does this person have all this money and then they want to be with that person? They want to be with that person. Like, when I think about a mate, a husband, money is very far from what my criteria includes Praise God. I definitely character, his relationship with God, his soul, peace, all of those things are right up there because I have seen and spent time with people who have so many things and money and they're so miserable. I know that I cannot spend my life with that person. So that has it. So people will probably look and say, wow, how could JB, I known, just how does she not just focus on looking on somebody or choosing someone with a lot of money? That's what she does. But money is not what is going to, that is not the lesson that God has given me as I find myself single for 2022. But yet you still have a lot of people who that might be what their lesson is. They may feel that is their lesson, that God gave them, that they gotta go after and they have to find a mate that has a lot of money. But I feel that pursuing God and finding God within a person will make sure that you always have everything that you need. Even if God's will is for me to be alone, I will never be without because I am alone and I'm not without. I have everything I need. That is the lesson that God taught me. That's that no matter what, it's about Him. It's about God. If I didn't have that relationship with God, you cannot go through the changes of life, the beatdowns of life, because if you are depending on man, not man, the world in general, even for men, if the man is depending on a woman, because people are going into life situations and going into things together and buying things together. And then the woman doesn't want to do these things together anymore. And the man can't pay for it by himself anymore. Or she doesn't want to be with you anymore. She doesn't want to help anymore. Or he doesn't want to help her anymore. So everybody has to focus on God. He has to be the foundation of the marriage. God has to be the foundation of our life. That is the lesson that that really brought home for me in 2022, that God completes our lives in 2022, that to cancel all of those articles about you're alone and you're supposed to be miserable and that you might die alone and this and that when you are with God, you're at peace and you have joy and you are happy, married or single. When you have a powerful relationship with God, you are a happy camper. Period. It's about God. And that's where you do the happy dance. That's the hallelujah. That's God. You think about what is your number one lesson for 2022? Bringing out of it. I went to see that movie Devotion yesterday. And I really think about so many people in our community going to see, Wakanda Forever. And when I look at Wakanda Forever versus going to see a true story for our community, New Black World Order, we are out of order going to see a fiction before we go to see a true story. Marvel is getting over. The true story was empty. There was like me and white people going to see a true story about a black man. And all the black people in the Wakanda Forever in fiction land on there in some make-believe, this brother in devotion, what is the truth? That brother was focused. That brother was focused. Like this white friend of mine, she said her son was focused on getting into the Army Academy, the West Point, since he was in second grade. She posted on social media that he just got his acceptance, put a picture up of his acceptance to West Point. That young man is going to West Point. That brother in devotion did the same thing, and everybody in his family laughed at him. He was a sharecropper, working in the field all day. By the grace of God, will go to school, do the best he could, work, study, said, I want to fly. Would look up in the sky, said, I want to fly. I want to fly. I want to fly. They laughed at him. He said, I want to fly. All his life, they called and said, nigga this, nigga that. You ain't nothing. Sit down, nigga. Sit down, nigga. You can't. He said they put stuff in his suit so he couldn't pass, and he still passed. They put weights in his swim stuff. They said niggas can't swim. They would put so he couldn't swim. They did everything they could so he would not pass the test. They made him take the swim test he said 10 times. He would recite over and over. And they said the true story is that as a kid, he would recite over and over what they said about him to his face. He would say it to himself over and over. What the racial slurs were, they said to him. In the movie, they would say him saying it before he would get on the airplane, but they don't know in reality when I read about it and I researched it later, if that was true that he said it as an adult. But as a kid, he would say it at home, which makes more sense because they had it like him kind of yelling it and like the white guy would walk in on it sometime. And I was like, that's kind of risky, you know. But the truth was he was saying in his safe place at home. And it was just, goodness gracious. Loved his black wife. They were so, young. And he met her in high school, married her just because he wanted to marry her. Never drank, never smoked, was all about his business. The man whose family like that really encouraged the movie and everything. He was very rich, white guy out of Massachusetts. He said that like he just admired him because of his work ethic. They would go get drunk and everything. He just wasn't in it. Just wasn't about it. They would go places to eat and stuff. They wouldn't serve him. He'd be with a great big group of white guys. All the other guys, they wouldn't even serve him. He was the only black person and the first black Navy aviator, which is the pilot. And he fought for all of it. And then what happened, during one of his missions, his plane got shot. And then he had to land his plane, and then the plane like crushed his leg and he couldn't get out. So they had to leave him. What a way to die. And his last words were just, make sure you tell my wife I love me. While we're watching, his last words were, make sure you tell my wife how much I love her. While we're watching Wakanda Forever. We're over here with this most powerful movie full of lessons. Goodness gracious, he was powerful. And it was just someone that I can relate to because that's me. And it just let me know that when somebody really loves you, they'll wait for you. She was committed to him. She didn't think he was strange because he was like me with that work ethic. That he had a dream that he was following. You know, there's some guy out there also having a hard time because of his work ethic. You know, and that, you know, not, you know, getting the support that he needs because of his work ethic. I challenge you, don't give up. I'm so glad that I didn't. Because of my work ethic, I've been given a hard time because of my work ethic ever since like high school because of my work ethic. Like, I have to work. I have to work. I just wonder how many people have like given up because of, you know, on their work, because people, you know, will just leave you behind. And, you know, you feel like you want to be loved, you know, and you know that if you weren't working, maybe they wouldn't have been unfaithful. But and the truth of the matter is, they would have been unfaithful and you would have given up your dream anyway. You know, it really wasn't about us not being there. It's about they just wanted to blame what they did on something. No, because if they have a relationship with God, they would see that you're focused on God's purpose of your life. And only a person with God, like, you know, and they can say that they have a relationship with God, but a person who truly has a relationship with God will see God in you, will see God in you, and they will wait. They will see God in you, and they will value you. And they will look at the blessing of knowing someone with that type of work ethic like that man saw. And he said, this guy is amazing. He never gives up. He fights. He fights to the very end. And the very machine that he loved is the only thing that took him out. And that's what we have to realize. You know, God didn't tell us how long we have, but he just gave us our purpose. And in Proverbs 24, verse 16, it says, for the righteous falls 7 times and rises again, but the wicked stumbles in times of calamity. You know, look at this brother, though. He died in 1950. And this is 2022. He has risen again. He's still flying. He's still flying. He left an impression on that white man so powerful that it inspired him for his whole life to go and try to get his body out of Chinese territory. Isn't that something? He was fighting and fighting and fighting to get them out. That their families are still connected. That this movie exists. May we live to inspire. Like what did it say? That inspiring is the highest human experience. That is what Jesus did for us. God sent him here to inspire us. Not to be with us always, but to inspire us for all of these thousands. Right? And just to keep us going so that we fall, but we know that we are to rise again like he did. And it's written, you are worthy, our Lord and God, to receive glory and honor and power, for you created all things, and by your will they were created and have their being. No, and we have to remember that everything came from God, and that it is his will for us to be at peace, and that nobody gave us anything. Like nobody on earth, no job, no, God just used those things. No business, no client, God just blessed them with the opportunity to be a blessing to your business. God blessed me with the opportunity to serve my clients. And I thank God for the opportunity for him to see, for him to allow my clients to see God in me. I truly believe that. No, and then another thing I want us to think about for our lessons for 2023, I think that this is interesting in Isaiah chapter 56, verse 10. It is written that Israel's watchmen are blind. They all lack knowledge. They are all mute dogs. They cannot bark. They lay around and dream. They love to sleep. Who are your watchmen? Who are on your team? Who are your teammates? Like, a lot of times, like you got to check like who you're spending time with. What do you have mute dogs? Like a client was telling me that somebody at church was telling her about when she helps the minister, that certain people had certain things to say about it. And she was just doing what she's supposed to do. But certain people have certain things to say about it. And I told her, I said, what did she say that she said when they said that? And I saw a meme one time years ago on social media, and it said, I think it had Tupac on there, and it said, ask when someone comes and tells you what someone said about you, ask them what they said. They're coming to telling you what somebody said, but what did you say? What did you say? Because they're supposed to be your watchmen. They didn't say nothing. They mute. They a mute dog. You're a mute dog. You don't even need to receive that because it's probably something that they said. They sleep. They're no good to you. You don't need to receive that. Don't go there. Don't receive it. And continue your service. Like I told the client, continue your service. Don't even think about that as you do your service to your minister. There's this one that is Satan walking around like a roaring lion always trying to get into our consciousness, subconsciousness, to stop you from doing your work, so that the minister won't get the support that he needs to do what he needs. So then the stupid, muted dog will be there next to him doing nothing but badness. So don't receive that. Don't believe the hype. Don't. But we have to be careful who the watchmen are. Are they just sitting there asleep and they don't have any knowledge? You're surrounding yourself with people that have no knowledge, especially with no knowledge of God. If people have no knowledge of God, and I don't mean like, you're just like surrounding yourself with people that go to church all the time, or all you do is go to church, because that doesn't mean anything. All that means is that you're surrounding yourself with people that go to church all the time. Right? That does not mean that they have any knowledge of God. If they have knowledge of God, what is that word that says our people shall perish due to lack of knowledge? But it's referring to knowledge of how God wants us to carry ourselves. Not just knowledge, not knowledge, not school and degrees. Because if that was it, our community would be straight. Because we got those, whole bunch of those degrees and everything, school loans and maxed out. No, that's just schooling. Somebody posted the other day, the school system is regurgitation. Yes, it is. Meaning you put something in and you just regurgitate it out. Like, I'm completing my PhD and I'm telling you, that's all it is, Miss Bullock. They tell you what to do and you put it out. It's got to be more than that. That's not knowledge of God. Like, and then a lot of the stuff in the world is just, trying to do these different hurdles. So in a way, your watchmen can just have all these titles, and because of their titles, they're muted dogs, because their titles are the things that make them have to shut up, because they have this job, they have that job. Well, I could, but I can't because I so and so. So they're no good to you. They're no good to you because they're stuck. They have no power. They have so much debt. They're scared that if they lose that, they actually stand up for righteousness. They're even afraid to say the word God at work. Now that's scary. That's scary. So we definitely need to investigate, who are your watchmen? What are your lessons? What have you learned? Because sometimes you get these watchmen, these muted dogs, just read that. Isaiah 56, verse 10. There's a reason that God brought that out this morning. 56:10. It says Israel's watchmen are blind. They all lack knowledge. They're all muted dogs. They cannot bark. So you have this is the only way that it can communicate, is to bark. There was a client the other day, and she would tell the dog to be quiet, and I was like, and the dog was like, boom, 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 boom. I thought it was so funny because it was like trying so bad to be good. And then the and that the adult, and it was like, you know, the dog, but it was like, but it was muted because it was like, don't you say nothing, you know. But so are the people you're surrounded by being muted? No, like you know, and unfortunately, like sometimes I have to remember that I have to speak up because a lot of people are muted, and God is using me to speak up. And I realized that like in college, and that if that I would leave class, and the other and I'd be the only black person in class a lot of times, overwhelming majority of times. I went to the University of Virginia and the business school. And so when I would leave, like, you know, some of the white kids would come up and they go, I'm so glad you asked that question, because I didn't know that either. And I was afraid to ask. And they were muted because they felt like they had to fit in. And I wasn't muted because I didn't need their approval. I didn't have their approval. I wasn't, you know, I wasn't going to have it. I kind of like in the movie Devotion, that's what his name was Jesse Brown, the star, the first black naval aviator. He said that to the white guy who he did a mission, and he successfully brought down a bridge that was needed, and it made the mission very successful for the white guy. So when they came back and wrote it up, the white guy said that the black guy didn't really follow his rules. And so the black guy said, you know, this really jacked me up. And he said, what are you talking about? He said, they said that you said that I was insubordinate. And the white guy said, well, that's no big deal. And he said, oh my goodness, that is huge. I'll never get a promotion. And the white guy said, what are you talking about? Like, he said, what is nothing to you is everything to me. I'll never move up. Like, and the white guy was like, it didn't mean anything. So he went and he got all the other guys to sign off on a piece of paper. And the black guy said, that piece of paper don't mean nothing, man. It don't mean nothing to you, but it's everything to me. And the guy, what makes it so important is that the black guy actually risked his life to make the white guy look good, to make his mission successful, because the black guy liked him so much. And the white guy totally didn't get it. He just didn't get it. He was just like, basically, this nigga didn't do what I said. You better do what I said. That is, I mean, even though it was a nice white guy, but he didn't understand his internal programming was, you do what I say. Even though you made me look good, I'm getting you these medals. You're the supervisor. And he did it for him. That is amazing. But he just did not get it. And the black guy was like, you just don't get it. He just doesn't. It was impossible for him to get it because he did not live. And the black guy explained to him, you don't live in my world. So what is a little tap for you is my whole career is done. But it didn't matter, unfortunately, because the black guy ends up getting killed and dying. So he couldn't even try to get a promotion. So, because he died. But that was important, and I'm glad that they were honest about it, because the it it was like he really did risk his life, but he really was insubordinate. But it was really important for us to realize that, for it to be noted that um, even if you risk your life, they don't get that they're not looking at the bigger picture. And that's why sometimes we'll see that, especially Black men, they're not going to make those aggressive moves and risk their life, because they know that it's not going to be appreciated. They've seen good men like that fall. So we can look on the outside and say, oh man, like, why don't he, do more or advance more? And it's because it's very hard to determine what's the best move. And then it's also very hard to say, because and also they recognize that all of the Black men on that ship were very, very supportive of Jesse Brown. And I'm glad that they recognized that. And the Black men put together money and bought him a really nice watch. And they brought it to him, and they said, and when he needed it most, they came and inspired him, because it was after that happened where the white guy wrote him up. And I think like the movie like writes up like that him and the white guy had like this really, really good friendship, but it's really misleading, because they really did not have this really good friendship. It's just that the white guy felt so bad that he became a better friend to the Black guy after the Black guy was dead. I think he really felt bad about the Black experience in America, his guilt of that Black man's life experience, and how hard that Black man tried to get to where he took for granted. I mean, where he was came so easy to him. And for Jesse Brown, it was everything. And to all the Black men on that ship, it was everything. And I think that is the bigger point. But they weren't really good friends, and he never came over their house in real life. The movie was fictitious from that point of view, that they were not. He just really fought for Jesse Brown to be respected after his death. But he should be inspired. He should be held up in our community to inspire us, our community, for and because there's a lot of lessons there. So I challenge everybody that's listening that devotion and the discipline for women and men, that, and especially if you have young Black men. But I mean, it really inspired me, and I'm a woman. but that we need to see, if you have a dream, go for it. But at the same time, that your dream can be all consuming. And Ms. Bullock, are you ready to give it to it? And the way I see it, that if you don't follow your dream, it can cost you everything. And if you do follow your dream, it will cost you everything. I have found it. I never knew that 30 years of your life could go by so fast. but it has been for me. But trust God, and He'll carry us through. He'll carry us through. So write down, like, what has God, taught you through 2022, through life, right? Jesus said to him, I am the way and the truth and the life. No one comes to the Father except through me. In John 14, verse 16. In Psalms 19, 7 through 11, the law of the Lord is perfect, reviving the soul. The testimony of the Lord is sure, making wise the simple. The precepts of the Lord are right, rejoicing the heart. The commandment of the Lord is pure, enlightening the eyes. The fear of the Lord is clean, enduring forever. The rules of the Lord are true and righteous altogether. More to be desired are they than gold, even more fine gold, even much fine gold, sweeter also than honey, and drippings of the honeycomb. Moreover, by them is that your servant warned. In keeping them there is great reward. No, just God is greater than everything. That is the bottom line. More to be desired than any material Gucci Felucci. God will revive our life, renew our hearts, give us that peace that we didn't think was possible. Right? Learning along the way. It says in Proverbs 9:9, give instruction to a wise man, and he will be still wiser. Teach a righteous man, and he will increase in learning. We are to learn constantly, right, Ms. Bullock? We are to learn over and over. That's what did you say, Ms. Bullock? God is more for us than this whole world is against us. That's right. Winning, we'll win with God. Ms. Bullock said he will never leave us nor forsake us. Man will fold. They get scared and run. God give us a boldness. Yes. Yes, indeed. God is bold. Yeah, isn't he, Chris? God is bold. He's so good. It's so, our confidence has to come from God. Because, and it makes everything complete. Because if our confidence comes from the world, then you're going to be inconsistent, because the world is going to withdraw on you. And then on the times where the world is like, because the world is going to be relying on the world, so the world is always going to be like, well, should I support that or not? Like, I don't know. Should we evict those old ladies or not? I don't know if JB's right on this. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know why she's saying that. We should kick them out. JB's tripping. That's money. It's so sad that, I'm sticking with God, and I'll be okay. I'll give up the money, but I'm not giving up God. God will always provide. Choose God. The Spirit of Christ will lead us. That's right. And I mean it. There'll be times where I'm sure that, people will doubt, like, how, that you're going to, stay steadfast in your relationship with God. Like, one young lady told me the other day, she was like, I've just given up on God. I'm not, I just don't believe in him anymore. And told her, like, just don't do that. Don't do that. Because she's going through a bad relationship, a bad marriage breakup, and things like that. But I told her, like, don't give up on God. Don't allow your life experience to come between you and God. And I thank God for God. That I just thank him for that. I just made me just I think you can change many things. You might just go through how you worship, or go through, like, looking at different religions, or go through, something, but don't change God. Don't give up on God. Don't let the world do it to you. It's lying. It's a liar. It's a liar. It comes to kill your dreams. It comes to steal your heart. It comes to destroy all that is good. Don't believe the hype. Don't. Grab God back and move forward. Throw away the negativity that wants to grab your goodness. Believe you me, God will pull you out of it. He'll pull you out. I've just seen too many good things happen. I can't, I can't even explain how God will get you through. I mean, it's such a miracle. Expect a miracle every day. We just have to increase our expectations. That's what I think. I think that people give up on God because they don't expect enough from God, and they, you know what I mean, and they're so impressed by the world, but they they don't give God credit for what He does. We're giving credit to the world for what God has done, and that's what it is. But so sometimes people have to lose everything, and all they have is God left, in order to give back to God. And I pray to God that that's not what's going to have to happen for her. Don't make that have to happen, for you. But just know that if that is the case, God will be there for you. God will be there for you. When there is nothing else, when you have nothing else, remember God is there for you. Don't you forget, like, in the middle of the ocean and you have no life jacket, you call on God. He is there. Don't think about, I don't have a life jacket. I don't have a life jacket. You call on God. Don't think about what you don't have. You think about what you do have. And that's what we have to refocus on. We have to refocus on what we do have. What we do have. I do think we do live too much of our life on thinking about what we don't have, and we need to refocus on what we do have, because we have God. Through God, we have everything we need. It says we will be tried, but God will bring. That's right, Miss Bullock. God will bring us out like pure gold. Yes, yes, yes. And I truly believe, because I'm a living proof of it. When you go through hell, you come out on fire. You are better for it. 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 God will take you straight through hell without a mark on you. But you gotta go through with God. You can't let God go when you're going through a hell experience. You can't sit in the pits of hell. You can't stay in the pig pen. You cannot eat the food of pigs, nor can you return to your own vomit like a dog. You have to get the hell out. You got to remember that. You have got to get out. You have to allow God to get you out of hell. We spend too much time in hell. Like when people say shit happens, people sit in it. Shit does happen, but you don't have to sit down in it. You get up, wipe it off, and keep stepping. Walk through. Walk through. Whew, praise God. Walk through. Fear not. Ooh, it says in Isaiah 41:10, fear not, for I am with you. Be not dismayed, for I am your God. I will strengthen you. I will help you. I will uphold you with my righteous right hand. Don't know what it did, Chris. Hey, y'all are so sweet. I'm so sorry. Y'all are so good. That is amazing. we were so powerful. I want to share one more thing with y'all before you go. Y'all are so good. And the I want to close out before the way we came in, and the just to keep us together. That computer went down. I'm glad I keep up with you. See me, but I see is good morning. Won't let me in. I don't think you can see it. Can't get to you. I see you though. I don't know if you can hear what I'm playing for you. I'm try. Let me try one more time. I can't even end it. Let me see if you, no, no. Thank you. Can you hear me? No. I love you. I'm gonna leave you. Good morning. Good morning. I don't know if you can hear me. Somebody tell me if you can hear me. I know you can see me, but I don't know. Oh, you can hear me? Oh, okay. Can you hear my music? I don't think you can hear the music. But I love you, and I'm gonna shut it down. I had to switch computers. I wanted to play a song for you, but it won't let me play the song for you. But it won't let me get back into the studio for some reason. Okay. But thank you so much. But I love y'all. God willing, I'll see you next Sunday morning. Thank you so much, Ms. Bullock. Thank you so much, Emmanuel Fleming. Thank you, Queen Howard. Thank you, Lone Wolf. I know we were going, and thank you so much. But the sound is messed up. I think I'm in like two places. And oh, now I'm clear. But they had like technical, like I'm on that computer, but it totally shut down. But I love y'all. But um I just know that is what is most important is that we focus on God's lessons for us and know that you are worthy. You are worthy. You are worthy. That's a beautiful word in Revelation chapter 4, verse 11. No, we can focus on that. Yes, indeed. Love y'all. Bye bye. Yeah. I'm right behind you. Yeah. Girl, just give you some money on the day.
I know, but I had to spend it. So I had to spend my last $20 on what's it called? Can you McDonald's? So then we called or we were saying we're at McDonald's and she like, well, can you get us all stuff?
Oh my God.
And then Kenny's like, well, I don't have enough money for that. And then she's like, okay, I'll cash out the Visa and all that stuff. And I was like, okay. And she didn't cash out me in time, so I had to spend my money. And then she only sent me half of it.
Oh my God. Is she gonna send it out?
Oh no.
And she's selling.
Mom, please.
Tell her to send you some more money too. Tell her to send you some more money too.
Okay.
In the notorious Victor move, which raised the question of what levers the United States has left now with Russia to get all we home.
Really, that's such a good question. Putin has said he's not making a deal, but it's complicated. First, you want to Russian assassin jailed in Germany, but for Germany, that's a non-starter. Now, Putin is demanding we give a spy for you. Russia claims it's a spy. The U.S. strongly denies. And the U.S. says it has no Russian spies to trade. But is there someone who can trade? What's the predictive espionage? If you call this guy, he's not the Russians are talking. Maybe.
The president's guaranteed the administration to keep working on that. Meanwhile, there's incredible grace shown by the Lincoln family, by his brother, and that. Andrea, thank you so much. It's great to see you on the Sunday. Coming up next year, a new Sunday sit down with one of the most popular stand-up comedians in the world, Sebastian Maniscalco, on grinding his way from small stages to sold-out arenas. On the audience tried to find him, and his father's new friendship with Robert De Niro. And then on Life Well Lived, the icon of Sesame Street, taught children to sing and smile for nearly half a century. And as we head to break our photo, an aerial view of lava flowing from the Mauna Loa volcano on the Big Island of Hawaii as it erupts for the first time in nearly 40 years. Although it is the largest active volcano in the world, officials in Hawaii say so far that lava poses no threat to the local population. We have the odds. Shop is store online.
Frustrated by your foundation? Stable Foundations uses transferable carrier solutions to stabilize your home's foundation, giving you back peace of mind. Visit StableFoundations.com to learn how you can get 0% interest for 12 months.
Ever wondered what illegal charges sell milk for the delicious fresh baked goods? I heard Eagles Bakery is subsidized by the international travel industry channels on board trips. See that guy with the pretzel? Clearly he wants to go there. It's cheap. Watch it. How's that for some? Want to go to France? Yeah.
If you run a small business, you need to know every investment. That's why Comcast Business is more innovation. With our new DHT Wi-Fi, plus unlimited data, more speed, and the largest, fastest provider network, and more savings, up to 60% in the Comcast Business model. All for the company that powers more business than any other provider.
Get started fast, reliable internet, $49 a month, 12 months with no annual contract. Or ask for your extra engagement on the prepaid card with qualified bundle.
We are like every May. No one's rooting for us, but you'll tune in to watch anyway. The other show factors this week is getting to know the new cast. And Steve, honestly, I thought I did that too.
front door.
much, Lord.